So it's an exciting prospect, buying a property off plan today and knowing what's gone on in the past, that property values go up as time goes by. So buying it now, maybe in 2 years' time, it's gone up in value, but you're not actually paying out all the cash today. You've got time to build your funding and to get everything in place, and then the property will be worth more in 2 years' time. However, it's fraught with difficulties actually. You can buy properties off plan and build your portfolio through the new build flats that are saturating the marketplace. However, the mortgage marketplace changes on a daily basis. What you're going to be approved for today, if you wanted to secure that off-plan purchase, what you want to say to the developer, the builder, the vendor, is that you're good for the money. What we can't really tell you today is which mortgage product you're going to have when you finally come to complete on the deal. If it is a 2-year build, a 1.5-year build, whatever it might be, the mortgage products that are available today won't necessarily be available back then anyway. The mortgage market changes. The best we can do is to go through the process, understand who you are, what your financial background is, what your credit background is, what your portfolio looks like, because of course the lenders will only lend to certain people with certain properties in the portfolio. We need to have a full fact-finding discussion and understand exactly where you are right now. We can certainly do a snapshot of where you are today and give you maybe a decision in principle, a mortgage certificate, which you can then show to the developer and say, yes, I'm good for the money, I'd like to reserve that property. I'd like to put a deposit down on that one. It comes with a caveat. You've got to maintain your credit worthiness. You've got to stay in the right financial situation now and for the next year or 2 years down the line, because ultimately you will be exchanging contracts to purchase that property. Not all contracts are assignable. That's something else that a lot of people fall into the trap of. So if you're going to commit yourself to a purchase of a new build, an off-plan property, make sure that you are going to remain in a credit-worthy position if you want to keep the property, that is, of course, and complete on it. You need to make sure that you are able to fund the purchase of it. Otherwise, you could end up being in breach of contract, and then the developers come after you for that money. So the best we can offer you as financial advisors, as mortgage brokers right now, is to fully understand who you are and your credit situation, get you provisionally approved for that finance, and then if you are looking at a long-term build, we would ask you to maintain your credit worthiness. Don't start taking out loans and credit cards and affecting your credit score and your credit rating. If it's a short-term build out, let's say it's going to be completed in 6 months' time, 9 months' time, we can actually then progress to a mortgage application and secure the product for you. There are a handful of lenders that really understand the new build market as well. So they might issue you with a 6-month mortgage offer, but they understand that developers sometimes have delays. They don't always complete on time, and they are quite willing under certain circumstances to extend the mortgage offers maybe by another 3 or 6 months. So we can keep that rolling, but it has to be with a soon completion anyway before they would consider putting a mortgage offer in place and then extending it. So for the longer term build outs, as I say, the best we can offer you right now is to say we can provisionally get you approved to help you to secure the property or properties that you want off of that site, and then ask you to be very diligent and make sure that you focus on your credit status, your occupation, everything else that goes into a traditional mortgage application that the lenders assess, because what's going to be required in 2 years' time is what they're looking at right now. If it changes, so could your funding and credit worthiness as well. And for the longer build completions, even if we get you provisionally approved right now, what we want to do is work with you throughout the whole of that process. And the nearer that you come to the completion date, and I would suggest probably 6 months before the completion date happens, i.e. when the properties are ready to be completed on and you can then move into them or buy them and rent them out, come back to us. We'll keep in contact with you throughout the process anyway, but we need to speak again about 6 months before the completion. That's when we formally submit the application to the lenders. That's at the time that they will want to see your bank statements, your income proofs, make sure that your credit status is still as good as it was back when we first got you your mortgage certificate. And all being well, everything's as is, everything remains in situ, we can push forward quickly, get you that mortgage offer and secure that deal for you, the best deal for you, the best value deal for you at that time as well. because that's another key thing, is that if you try and secure a mortgage or focus all your finance on a mortgage a year, 2 years prior to the completion, your figures could be totally out of kilter. Let's go for the best value deal on the day that you submit the application. That's our job. With such access to such a wide range of lenders, we hope that we can find that right deal for you, but we need to keep in contact with you. It's a relationship we have with our clients. Many of our clients have been with us for nearly the 20 odd years that we've been in business. It's an ongoing relationship, and that's what we want to do, is work with you to help you have successful completions.